All right, everybody, welcome back to another deep dive.
Absolutely.
Today, we're going deep on a financial product you might be considering for your retirement, and that is the NAC Guarantee Plus Annuity.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now we're basing this whole deep dive on marketing materials we got from Diversified Insurance Brokers, specifically about this annuity.
Okay.
So we're going to be trying to break it down for it to figure out what it offers, what the benefits are, and maybe what you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
So this annuity, it offers guaranteed fixed interest rates.
Right.
For terms of 3, 5, or 7 years. You can lock in that rate.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty good right now.
It does.
What's the catch with locking in a rate like that?
Well, the main benefit, like you're saying, is that you get that guaranteed rate. So it doesn't matter what's happening in the stock market or bond market or whatever, your money is growing at a steady, predictable pace.
Right.
The potential downside, though, is that if the market happens to do really well, you might miss out on some of those bigger gains if you had invested in something riskier.
I see.
You know?
So it's all about risk tolerance then.
Yeah, exactly. If you're someone who values that peace of mind, knowing exactly what return you're going to get, then a fixed rate product like this could be a really good fit.
Right.
But if you're okay with a little more risk and you're hoping to maybe get a higher return, then you might want to consider some other options.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing they highlight is that this annuity offers tax-deferred growth.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
So basically that means that the earnings are growing without being taxed right away.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems like a pretty big advantage.
It can be a huge advantage, yeah, especially over the long term.
So how exactly does that benefit retirement savers?
Well, basically, it allows your money to compound more effectively
Okay.
because you're not losing a chunk of your earnings to taxes every year.
Right, right.
So it's kind of like a snowball effect. The longer your money is invested, the more it grows.
I see.
And of course, it's important to remember that eventually you will have to pay taxes on that money when you withdraw it during retirement.
Okay.
But that delayed taxation can make a big difference in the long run.
Yeah, it's like strategically delaying the tax hit
Exactly, yeah.
to maximize your savings.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of withdrawals,
Yeah.
I noticed in the materials that they mentioned a penalty-free withdrawal option after the first year,
Yes.
but it's limited to just the interest earned.
Right.
So what happens if someone needs to access more than just that interest portion?
Yeah, so that's where things can get a little tricky.
Yeah.
If you withdraw more than just the interest, you're likely going to face what are called surrender charges. And those charges are basically a percentage of the amount that you withdraw.
Gotcha.
And they can vary quite a bit depending on the specific terms of the annuity contract.
Okay.
So it's really important to read the fine print and understand exactly what those charges would be.
Right. So you don't want to be caught off guard if you need to access that money.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. One other thing that caught my eye is they talk about these waivers on withdrawal charges for specific situations,
Yeah.
like if you need to go into a nursing home.
Right.
So that seems like a pretty important consideration for people who are planning for potential long-term care costs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, long-term care is a huge expense for a lot of people in retirement.
Right.
And having those waivers can be a real lifesaver financially.
Right. It gives you some flexibility when you need it most.
Yeah, exactly.
So all in all, this NAC Guarantee Plus Annuity seems like it offers some pretty appealing features.
It does.
Guaranteed interest, tax deferral, and potential benefits for long-term care needs.
Right.
But is it like a magic bullet for retirement, or can it just be one piece of a larger plan?
You know, it's easy to look at a product like this and think, oh, this is going to solve all my problems.
Right.
But the reality is that there's no single magic bullet when it comes to retirement planning.
Mm-hmm.
Diversification is key.
Right.
You want to have a mix of different investments. Right.
To help you reach your goals and manage your risk.
Yeah.
So this annuity with its guaranteed rate could be a valuable part of that diversified portfolio.
Right.
But it's probably not going to be the only thing you need.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So as always, I think the best advice we can give is for people to consult with a qualified financial advisor.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone who can really help them assess their individual needs and develop a personalized plan.
Yeah, a good advisor can help you figure out how a product like this fits into your overall strategy.
Exactly.
And make sure you're not taking on more risk than you're comfortable with.
That's great advice. And for all of you listening out there, I want to leave you with one final thought to think about.
Okay.
What does feeling secure in retirement really mean to you? Is it about having enough income to cover your expenses?
Okay.
Is it about being able to maintain your current lifestyle?
Right.
Or is it about something else entirely?
Yeah.
Maybe it's about having the freedom to pursue your passions?
Or spend more time with your loved ones.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I encourage you to really reflect on that question as you're building your retirement plan.
Right.
Because ultimately, it's not just about the numbers. It's about creating a retirement that truly brings you joy and fulfillment.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us for this deep dive,
It was a pleasure.
and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you then.